It's the first time in 35 years that the Bayonne Board of Education is holding elections in November. Hudson County View caught up with Rafael Augusto, who is a candidate for a one-year term. Rafael Augusto is the Principal Purchasing Assistant at the Facilities Department of the Jersey City Board of Education. He first shared with us what his initiatives would be if elected.
I think it's very important that we have full day pre-K for the community at large. Another initiative that I'd like to see is a parent involvement coordinator position created in the city, in the district I mean. It could be a part-time or full-time position. I would like to fund that through some grant funding and see if we can get a little bit more, make this community a little bit more inclusive instead of exclusive, because I hear from parents often that they have a problem getting answers from the Board of Ed. And I'd like to see them brought into the process instead of being excluded from the process. And one of the things I'd also like to see is, our superintendent has a 2-year contract. I think it's time that we start the search for a new superintendent, that we create a committee, an 11-person committee that will involve both administrators, community leaders, parents, teachers, and board members, and that we bring everybody together and start that search now instead of waiting for this term to end, because the process is long and we need to find somebody that's active. And I firmly believe that those national searches can be fruitless. I think it's time that, because of the way the reform agenda is going in this country, that I like local control. I believe that, we're in Hudson County, we're very homegrown and we believe in staying local. And I believe that we do have a quality administrator somewhere in this district that can be our next superintendent.
Rafael Augusto also shared with us what his thoughts were regarding Common Core and PARCC testing.
I've spoken to teachers and it's all about teaching to the test. And I feel that they're being handcuffed in the classroom, the over testing that's going on. On a local level, there's only so much we can do when it comes to testing. We can advocate for it or against it, which I would advocate against this. However, all these decisions come down from the state because, that's where the way the state is run. But this Common Core and this PARCC testing, I think we have to eliminate this. But what they do is they tie funding into the PARCC testing, which makes them that much more difficult. So it takes a lot of work communicating with the city council, communicating with the assembly, but that's the kind of work that we have to do, and that's what I would do.
Now, the Bayonne School District is one of the most underfunded districts in the state of New Jersey. We asked Rafael Augusto what he would do to change this.
My job as a board member is to work collectively with city government, county government, and state government. And one thing that I would propose to our assembly leaders is that we start a don't gamble with our future legislation. And that what would happen is all those casinos that they're thinking about building in this northeast area, well, you know what? You're going to have to pay some of your revenue sharing with the districts. Within a certain radius, those towns within a certain radius, those affected school districts would get a portion of those revenues distributed directly to the school district. And the caveat to that is it's not going to go to the city fund. We're talking about school district help here. Another initiative is the don't level the playing field legislation, where these abatements that are being given out, they shortchange the schools. Now it's time to get some of that money back to those schools. So these legislators have to think about these things, because you don't want to overburden the taxpayer. So my idea is to say, why don't we do this? Let's level the playing field now. Now you want an abatement, we're going to give you an abatement, but you're still going to pay the school portion of this, and it's going to go directly there. My third initiative will be the ABC UEZ program, expanding the UEZ program from a 3.5% to a 5%, which is still below the 7% of the state tax, and use that extra 1.5% to go, again, directly to the school districts. It's time to stop sending it to the city coffers, where it's moved around and played around with, and then you wind up getting pennies on the dollar for what you're supposed to get. So I think those three things, they're going to take some planning, they're going to take some discussion, but I think if you sit down with your city council and you sit down with your assembly people and they start the process. I mean, I'm going for a 1-year term, so it's going to make it that much more difficult, but I don't care who gets the credit for it, because my job is to go in there and advocate, and that's what I plan on doing.
I'm Jeanette Josu, Hudson County View, the eye of the community.